What are we doing, dude?
With what?
I could sit here and do this all night, dude.
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
Okay.
this is awesome. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what your editing abilities are. I don't know if you wanted to keep it like a smooth 4 hours.
Well, whenever like I think editing all it is just like if we say some shit about work that probably shouldn't or
fair enough.
Or maybe
so I'm trying to stay away from that. I'm being very ambiguous.
Yeah.
Like I don't even I got a lot of shit to say and I don't even need to bring that place in. So like and I get it too. Like, well, what do I do now? Like I gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so like it's my job.
You're actually like now that you're a very popular person now. Like by that I mean you're one of the most recognizable people. Like for people coming in, like all over the factory, you'll be able to be recognized pretty easily.
You know what? It makes it nice. I don't. So just from the perspective of the student, I feel like I connect way easier because once they find out that I did the job that they're going into, it just gets rid of all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like they're like, this dude, because like I always used to tell people, and I still tell people, I was like, when I tell you about an experience and why you shouldn't do it, it's not theoretical. It's because I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I've seen it enough over and over again to where it sticks in the back of my brain. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I tell them how it is. And like, that's why I always thought like I was good at what I did because, in corporate worlds, like telling the truth, if it might expose something that's wrong or might change somebody's mind and make them think a certain way, and we can't just keep them thinking as a drone, you're not allowed, nobody really, it's not like you're not allowed to say it, but it doesn't have positive repercussions. It's, like I used to tell people, I was like, okay, man, what did they lie to you about? What do you mean? Well, there's something they told you that isn't true immediately off the bat. Because they did the same thing to me. They do the same thing to everybody. So this is the way it is. I'm going to help you get through the suck. And if we work together, we'll get through the suck better. And like that right there, dude, just being honest with people and not being above people. I hate the corporate world, especially the titles. Cause like once you get to the point where it's not a good idea because it came from a certain title, you've lost the plot. You know what I mean? Like it's just, but I'm just honest. I'm honest with people. Cause like, think about it, dude. I know the military, right? Everybody in corporate America likes to reference the military. We got war rooms. We got a war room for this problem, blah, 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 blah. I'm a higher title, so you do what I say, blah, 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 blah. Even if somebody's going to get hurt or something's going to go stupid. And don't say anything, just do it. It's your job. Yeah, that's part of the military. But think about it this way, guys. In the military, I am supposed to follow the orders of the higher rank to me, right? But when those orders are immediately going to put me somewhere I know death is imminent, is it because just the rank I follow those orders? Or is it a bond? Is it trust? Is it I know the guy giving the orders will do everything to his last dying breath with me and for me before his own self, before I go over that hill and there's bullets on the other side.
But that's not always the case, right? Like in military, it's
not.
Above you
it's not. But people reference the easy part of the military. That's the hard part. I'm not saying the military is always.
Who references the easy part of the military? I don't think anybody thinks going to the military is easy.
No. I don't mean like that. I mean like when people want to be like, well, let's have some similar military structure. I mean, even though they don't like say we're going to operate from a military structure, there's still a military structure of like there's titles, right? Like levels, right? Like the reason a lot of bullshit happens is because there's no pushback. There's pushback in the real world, especially when the situation is live or die, right? And when it comes to orders, right? Like this, they break. I don't even know if they're trying, but the way I perceive it is it's the same as the military, but you're breaking it down to its basics and the easy times. What I'm saying is like this whole idea of like, I'm a manager, make this better, right? And if you think that because you're a higher title and your authority is going to make that happen and you don't have to do anything else, you're wrong, right? Because that's assuming everybody is going to be like, oh my God, that title said it, and I have to do the absolute best, and I have to go the extra mile. That's not what happens, right? Now, if we just equal that to a situation that has life and death consequences, you don't follow that order to go into imminent death in a situation of imminent death just because the title was higher than yours. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a trust. There's a bond. There's that guy developed for me, right? That guy was 19. That's the guy I can count on.
You don't think there are leaders out there that'll send their guys to their death knowing that they're all going to die?
Yeah, there are leaders.
Yeah.
But again, this is what I call it. There's no leadership in corporations, it's management. You manage people.
Yeah.
You see what you get, right? Because you don't get to pick your own team, right? Because you may look, the other teams look shitty if you actually got to pick your own team. If you knew what you were doing, and you picked your own team, you knew what the goals were, and you're like, I gotta get a welder. I gotta get somebody who knows controls, robotics. Let me spread it out. I like this guy because he wants to teach people, which will help these guys, right? If you got to build a team and you got to stick with your team and not get rotated days and nights, you'd make the other ones look like shit. If you actually had the plot and you got to pick your team, you'd make your guys look like shit. But I don't know. What'd you ask me? Because I just oh, leaders. Yeah. There's leadership traits that don't automatically happen because you get a management title. All right, you manage people. Then you get this group of people, and you're like, I got goods and bads, and managers, in my perspective, take the path of least resistance. So they're like, I'll tote the carrot so for the 5% that goes the extra mile, just because that's how they're built. They're hard workers or whatever. And if that compensates for the other 95% not really pulling their weight and not really being held accountable, I'll just push it onto them. Right? Well, yeah, that's how you burn people out, dude. Right? They didn't teach you that in manager school, did they? Right? Because you probably came a manager way before you should have been a manager, or your resume looks good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And that's what they call it, middle management. Because, dude, we just stack manager on manager on manager on manager. Does it make it better? I don't know. Ask all the people that left.
Well, I guess the result is in the pudding, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, but you can't be.
Are we making our numbers or are we not?
Well, you can't be 100% reactive because you'll never see the forest through the trees. That's the thing. Like, there's no such thing as foresight or even testing if every reaction you have is reactive.
Yeah.
I make the joke, like, there's some shit that's happened, and I literally told everybody high up to their face what we should do. The P doesn't stand for Phillip; it stands for preventative. I mean, it's that simple. Like, I get it. We can't absolutely do 100% of it, right? It's a give and take. It's a time economy, right? But just shooting ourselves in the foot over and over and over again and getting mad there's no foot. I mean, what the
It's like, is it possible to be a leader and a manager? So what's the difference between a leader and a manager then? And well, actually, just tell me what the similarities are, because I assume there are fewer similarities than there are differences.
I would call it bad manager, good manager. A good manager would have leadership skills, and a bad manager doesn't have leadership skills. There's leading.
Then you go with, what's a bad manager? What's a good manager and what's a bad manager?
Okay, well,
because if you're the manager's boss, a good manager to you is someone that provides results, and it's just like, that's it. You don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, you're absolutely right, G. I've yet to see a manager above a manager. It takes a long time, but that manager failed to provide the results and lost a lot of people. All right. So you failed on both fronts.
Yeah, but who cares?
Who cares? I get who, like, one thing, a good manager, you actually care. You don't care because you sat in HR or you went to a leadership training. You actually care. And when I say care,
you care about the people or you care about results?
You care about results and the people.
But
no. Look, it doesn't no, hold on, stop. It doesn't happen instantaneously.
Yeah.
The results are going to be required before you can care about the people, but you can do two things at once. Right? We talk about multitasking. All right? How you will actually get to the results with ease of people is you have to develop the people. That's what I mean by care. If you really cared about the development of your people, as an instance, if somebody decides they want to leave and go to another place, right, and do the same job just in a different area, let them go. Wish them well. You want them to develop. It might hurt you as a manager for losing that talent, but that talent is only going to grow because they're learning something new, right? Now, you can't do that for everybody that wants to sign up, but
yeah, it's like if you're bumbling through position to position, it's like whenever you see a resume of a person jumping from job to job.
Are you setting up the circumstances for success? Will it be an absolute 100% on 15 people? No. But when you're not even trying, and you're actually setting up circumstances where people will automatically fail and not develop, like I said, dude, like we somewhere in your subconscious, somewhere in my subconscious, and everybody we know that's ever been a tech, there is a satisfaction you get for solving a problem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But your 12-hour shift cannot be 99% of never solving the problem. And then the next day, never solving the problem. And the next day, where the hardest part of your job is holding it down to be like, I can fix it. But the guy that's in charge of making the decision to fix it absolutely doesn't know anything about it. That shit, it might wear on you in a month. It might take you 4 years. But that's the shit. And then your bosses, your managers are kissing that ass and not helping you do it.
Yeah.
And being like, well, I can't rock the boat.
Yeah. But like that you could say that's an incentive, right?
But that's
that feeling that we get whenever we solve problems. It's like a high. It's like,
but you wonder
like
why
nectar,
you wonder why people
like
pop smoke and say, I need a ride out of here, right? You wonder why people leave, right?
Yeah. But regardless, my point is that like managers use that, like that's part of the reward system. It's not just money that's being provided to you.
No, it is. It's part of the reward system, but if it's not there, then it's not a reward.
Yeah, but for some guys it is. And for those that it is, like
what are we talking about? Like fixing stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you live in an environment where fixing things only happens at the last dire moment, and the excuse for everything else
No, but I guess like the argument here is like what makes a good manager as opposed to a bad manager. So if you have a manager that has no HR problems, everybody loves him, like he takes care of his employees, he cares, he's technically like adept, and he puts people where they need to be, right? Like people are happy.
He doesn't even need to be technically inept.
Right. But the point is that people are happy, but we're not making numbers.
Well, you can also have the inverse of it, that being the inverse of not making numbers and people unhappy. They're happy, but they're not making numbers. There's a fine line. There's a fine line, but
so the fine line defines whether or not you're good or bad.
The fine line is little things. It's like a death of 1,000 cuts, right? Like it's morale, right? I don't think in the corporate world they give morale enough credit. See, with the good manager and the people are happy and the results suck, he can ask more of them. And maybe that's all it takes to get the results. But when your people have bad morale and they feel like you don't do anything for them but kowtow to the people above you, like you're a level of a yes man, and then the time comes you have bad results and you need everybody to step up. In the back of their head, they're like, you. I need you to come in extra. You. Is it mandatory? You. They're doing it out of spite. They're not doing it out of reason. They're doing it out of spite, but that's what bad morale leads to. But if you can talk to your people like, hey guys, this sucks and I need everybody to come together and I really need extra help to come in an extra day. Well, the guy that stood up for him during a review, the guy that stood up for him in one instance where, I don't even want to say it, the P word made the decision based on no knowledge or experience. And
the P word?
Yeah. What do we do there? We produce, right? So who would be the P word? But like production, I'll say it. Production has the decision-making power, but they know nothing. Yeah. They don't understand anything. They're the ones that won't give you 10 minutes for a touch-up and send their people to break for 15 minutes, their scheduled break, they'll stagger because because they're playing catch up. They won't let you touch something up for 10 hours, but a maintenance tech will recover it for the next 10 hours. And cumulatively, it's 3 hours downtime. And they don't learn from it. They'll just do it tomorrow. Right. But like the manager that said, you know what? I'm going to take the hit. We're going to do this. We'll write the SDR. That's what I used to tell the guys on the floor. If you have to go get safety equipment and it causes an SDR, because like everybody gets in this thing where like they're always trying to fight the SDR time, right? I'm like, they don't want to write because everybody's scared of PowerPoint or whatever. They've never been in a position where like somebody bigwig is going to read their thing. I tell them to their face, if it's your safety and it will become an SDR because you have to go get safety equipment, go get it. I'll write it. That's leadership.
Yeah.
That's a bond that you build. That bond later on is like, hey, guy, I need you to come in and help me. I can put spin on it and be like, hey, man, it's easy overtime. Let's go grease some robots or do some shit like that. But it's accomplishing the goal, right? You could call it bullshit, but it's way better than the bullshit that everybody else blows up their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like between a good manager and a bad manager, you got to have people skills. That's what it is. Because it's like training, right? Like you go to training classes, they tell you, man, like your audience, like you got to figure out, right? And I didn't find out till recently because I took a class, but that whole paradigm of like some people are like visual learners and like, or they read it or do it hands-on. They did testing, doesn't really work out like that. Like there's other ways to do it, but you got to understand your audience. I think that's why I do so well at my job. Cause it's like, if I need to break it down, I have a skill. I understand the engineering level. I can take it into the gray area and then translate it to the guy that's nowhere near the engineering skill, but it makes sense and they understand it and they can retain it.
Yeah.
It's just a skill I have, I guess. I don't know where I got it from, but like you got to be people. Your team, right? Your results are based on how your team take care of your team. Now you can't always, again, there's nuance, there's gray area. You can't always make everybody happy. But if you don't understand that in the first place, like you'll always be chasing it. I got to make everybody happy. No, you can't make everybody happy. There's some bad apples, dude. Like, but again, like I would never do it unless I get to pick my team and control my team. You want the results? You don't get any say in it. If I'm hiring them by standards and all the other rules, you don't get to stand. And when they're super good and they put everybody else to shame, you don't get to take them. You don't get to do this disperse shit because you're just going to sour somebody that we trained up. Like, no, like that's the thing, dude. That's what you need, right? Like when we were a good shift and everybody on the shift worked together, there was some common shit. It was like, I'm not giving the key to our shift's toolbox. You won't put the tool back. Like when we clicked, we clicked. We got through the hard times. We laughed through the hard times. We just did the hard times. And are we not all better for it?
Yeah.
Look at where you're at.
Yeah.
Look at where Ram's at. Look at where I'm at. Right? We're just navigating the rapids here. But like, I mean, look, companies have rules. You got to follow the rules. I'm not saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think there's no wiggle room and you don't even try to operate in the rules, you're failing your people. That's the difference between a good manager and a bad manager. If we were to lay metrics out, I would just say, in any way, are you failing your people or are you taking care of your people?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see that anymore. I see that as like, oh, I am this position. You should be lucky that you work here.
Yeah.
Well, okay, how far is that going, dude? Like, you got to just deal with people as you find. Maybe that's why I'm a good people person. Cause like, like I like the relays just click as I meet people. I just on the fly make interpretations and like, I'm not going to push this point or I'll do this or, oh, I feel this guy. We can talk shit. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
As much as I come off as an asshole, I found that people really think I'm a people person. And I'm like, That's what I do like about that company, dude. Like I've never had what I have there. Is like when you say recognition, I never thought about like I'm one of the faces that most people see
Mm-hmm.
as they're coming in.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think anybody's ever talked about me with my title. That's why I don't really consider it anything. You know, I'm worried about money because I'm a capitalist. I'm only worried about title if the next title makes more money than me. But
Yeah.
it's never been a time. I'm Phil. The guys that know me, I'm Phil. I'm Phil. 1M, I'm Phil. MEs, I'm Phil. The guys that are from that went, I'm Phil. Nobody is saying level this, lead that. I'm Phil. The only time you'll ever hear is like, oh yeah, Phil was my lead. But I'm Phil. And I think that's the thing. Whatever the reason is like I just keep it on a personal basis, you know? Like I've kept I if I'm in, I know how this works. I'm in, you know, chats about this that they can't hear. It doesn't get there. I also do it on the reverse too, by the way. But you know, but that's the one thing that lead taught me is you're playing some stupid game right on the edge of the fence, dude. Like you they leadership wants to throw the responsibility of leadership on you just because lead isn't part of the title, but you have no power to actually be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't write people up. I don't do their reviews.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever felt like a leader when I was a lead. I just felt like
But no, they put you in like
when shit hits
they
the fan, you call that guy. Like
yeah, yeah.
that's
Like you're the
basically what my
experienced guy. You're like the designated because of the title, you're the designated experienced guy.
mm-hmm.
That's on shift at the time. That's all I ever took it on. Like you're the guy that's going to help. You're the guy that maybe management thinks is pretty responsible and understands like if you get called for help, like even if you dive deep into it, you're not going to miss the time mark. Oh shit. Hey, soup, get over here. You're like doing the work, but you still in the back of your head are like, where are we at? How long are we down? I need a soup over here. I need controls over here, blah, 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 blah. And you're still working on it. But like, no, like it's like it's because it's that whole theory. I hate people that grew up through this theory too of like you should be always trying to do the job above you like you want it. Well, what about if you don't fucking want it? I don't want to be the bottom basement yes man. Right? Right? Show me the incentive and then maybe I'll do it. But I see a
I
lot
don't
of
like my incentive was just that I get the toughest problems, and like I thought that was exciting.
but that's why I feel like a lot of soups and AMs are shitty at their job because really soups and AMs are senior techs on the floor. Because the floor problems being the priority and everything like that, you don't get to work on the people problems, the team problems, the forward thinking goals. You're just reacting. You're going from one fucking fire to the other.
Yeah.
Right. There's certain things that if they're not going to get better, it's because of the soups and the AMs. But I can also understand that if it requires the soups and AMs to constantly be on the fucking floor, well, maybe we should change the situation. Maybe you should, with the right amount of level ones, level twos, level threes, and leads on the floor, like they can handle the repetitive high, low, thought process problems, right? Like, and so you guys can kind of work on the other shit, the development of people, you know, instead of just having a fucking level one on the floor recovering, and then 3 years later being a recovery tech, not having learned anything
Mm-hmm.
or just remembered what you do when this red bar says this, you know. So we don't end up in a place where like if we lose a person, we're fucking ass out of luck.
Yeah.
They do talk about you got to realize as an employee, the company will move on without you. You're not that fucking important. But there are times where that employee can really make a substantial hiccup by leaving. You try to want, it's the game you play, right? Like as the employee, you got to be like, I ain't that fucking important. But as a manager, you got to be like, I really don't want to be without an employee. And so it's like, gotta walk a little bit of humility, a little bit of gravitas, goes a long way. Like, so.
Want a beer?
Let me try one of the Stellas I brought, dude. Thank you, sir. Got a bottle opener around this bad boy? We're doing the lighting? Yeah. Gee, did you ever grow up doing this?
Yeah.
That's like,
That's what I started doing with this thing.
I mean, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
I'm not cool or anything, by the way, guys. Anybody on the internet, I'm not cool, but like, that's nostalgia for me.
Uh-huh.
But I wouldn't, I wish I had a Bic lighter. I don't trust these lighters.
Yeah, no, that's why I tried to do it earlier.
But-
then I realized, dude, this thing.
You ever know why these were popular though?
Because they're easy to
make a crack lighter.
Yeah.
Fucking up that flame. You fucking pyro.
A crack lighter.
That's what it is. You want a tall flame so you can burn your pipe.
Yeah.
Well, not burn your pipe, but like get that.
Do you know anybody who's done crack, like legit?
I've done it once.
Did you like it?
Not really.
But why?
Because I think I was on too many other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I'm weird like that. There's some drugs I just don't like. I tell you right now, like, it's kind of like self-reflection though. Like, I knew like a girlfriend and a boyfriend that did heroin, and they do it, and then you just see hours of them fucking slumped over. It just never appealed to me,
Right?
Like it's like, nah, dude. Like, cause let's be honest.
Well, I mean, it's
like,
not appealing, but I'm assuming the experience is just otherworldly.
Yeah, but I mean, like, again, it's back to critical thinking. Like, dude, you take the data around you. Heroin doesn't do good for people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, so if it doesn't incentivize me to do it by like what I've seen in real life, like in the same room, but like it usually makes you fucking strung out and it's a habit that's hard as fuck to get out of, then don't do it. Because it's risk reward basically. I know it's simplistic of drugs, but like that's kind of what it is with me. Like I shot up meth one time, and it was so fucking good. I was like, no,
really,
no. Phillip Lane has no future.
You had no fear of needles?
No. Like, dude, here, where's it at? See that? That right there, I know it's barely visible. Can you see that though? For real? Like, see the little scar? Yeah. You know what that is? Tell you what that is. When I was in the Marine Corps, you got to do your yearly blood draw, right? They test and everything. But guess what you get to be? You get to be the guinea pig for the fucking corpsman. So, like, it's very efficient, cost effective. While they're going through corpsman school, you know what a corpsman is?
No.
So, corpsman is not a doctor, but doctors aren't shit to corpsmen, because corpsmen run into gunfire to save downed Marines. They're Navy field doctors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Army has it. They have field medics, but the Marine Corps being cheap, we have to use Navy guys. But I don't know if you've ever seen anything where like a Marine gets hurt, corpsman up. I need a corpsman. They're the guy that comes and does the triage on you, right? Mm-hmm. Like if without them, you ain't making it back. But during their school while they're training, right? It's like, well, let's use the guys that are already in the Marine Corps because they're right here. So that is from when just getting my yearly blood draw. And like on that one, I'd gotten so much blood drawn already. I was like, dude, give me the fucking, it's right here. Like I hit my own needle.
Yeah.
Or my own vein, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like I have that scar because they tried so many fucking times, dude. This shit happened when I was 18, bro. I'm 45. How many times do you think he fucked that up for me to still have a scar? All right. So, I mean, I get it, like you're a Navy guy and it's a Marine sitting there and, you're like, oh, but God damn it, dude. 3 chances, get the fuck off, go back to the dugout. But
go back to the dugout.
Yeah, like, God damn it, dude. But yeah, dude, like I shot up once and I was like, oh no, this is awesome. And I just had the self-realization. I was like, dude, you're going to go off the rails on this shit. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, and some people just don't have that come to Jesus moment or whatever and be like, yeah, this is a fork in the road in my life.
Yeah.
and I need to decide, right? You know,
Yeah.
this is a fork in the road where you see you see which fork, you see what ends at those forks, and like you got to make the decision, right? There's no going straight, so it's right or left, and you know, I was like, nah, I'm good with this dude. Like, you know, I don't know, I don't know why, and I couldn't make a you know, recommendation for anybody out there that's struggling with drug addiction or anything like that. But I was like, no, this shit. But like, yeah, heroin never. I never thought heroin, based on the results that I saw in real life of people doing it,
Yeah.
it was like weed with like consequences. I was like, no, dude, I'm good, dude. I'm like, I'll just smoke weed
Weed
and
with consequences.
still be active, right? Because I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Depending on the strain you smoke, right? You're like, I'm just gonna lay on the couch and I'm gonna watch a B-rated movie, but it's gonna seem like it's fucking Scorsese directed it because I'm fucking stoned and I'm gonna eat and you know, like I'm just gonna veg out. Like, I mean, that's vegging out to me. Like, fucking going into a coma is not vegging out to me. You know, it's just like. Yeah, so it's like yeah, that's how I looked at it. And I was like, it's like I don't need it. You gotta make.
Do you forget the experience? Like not just the experience, but like the thoughts that you were having? Do you have thoughts?
I don't know. I've never done heroin, dude.
Or meth, I mean.
No, no, you're alive. You're awake.
So you do have thoughts.
Oh yeah,
And
you
are
have too
they
many fucking thoughts. That's why tweakers tweak, bro.
right? You have a lot of thoughts, but like they're helpful thoughts. Like you
No,
like it.
no, no. It what it does is it like for me, and I can't speak for everybody, but you know, if you got a comment, put a comment. But what it'll do is it'll singularly focus you on a thought. Is the thought good or bad? I don't know, but you, it's not. But you won't forget that thought. You'll be like, man, I fucking tweaked out on fucking Tiger Woods golf last night.
Do you remember the thought you had when you did meth?
Which time, dude? I did meth way too much.
Well, whatever time where you can remember a thought that you were just obsessing.
Like, what do you mean by a thought?
I don't know. You were the one that was just describing it to me.
Dude, I used to do it and play fucking get lost in Tiger Woods golf.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, like
the old school EA Tiger Woods golf.
EA, PlayStation,
Xbox.
Xbox. Yeah.
Tiger Woods golf.
So on meth, playing Tiger Woods golf.
You get locked in, bro. Your fucking keystrokes are awesome, dude. Like you're like, yeah, you get locked in. You're fucking like you're like, oh shit, I'm on the PGA tour. No, I mean like, you know, like that was like that's what I did to like tweak. Right? Like makes you horny. For me, it made me horny. Yeah.
So it's like MDMA. Yeah. Yeah, getting boosting up the libido. Because like, does Viagra just make you hard or does it make you horny?
I think
because I think there's a difference, right? Like you can be hard, but
I don't know,
horny.
man. Like fucking, I'm 40 plus, so like every advertisement I get is Rougier Ready or Blue Chew, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we give you this shit to make you hard like Viagra, but we also give you this fucking I can't even pronounce the word, and that's what makes your arousal go." Like you know, like so yeah, maybe there's something to it. I think it. I'm gonna smoke all your cigarettes,
dude. Do it.
No, it's more than just like Viagra.
Mm-hmm.
You get fucking horny.
Yeah.
Like, especially like, you know, that was the thing, dude. Like, it's like you do meth and is like girls that did meth, like, would fuck you for meth.
Strawberry, good old strawberry.
So it's like and then it's horny. It's good. It's kind of does, it has the effects of like Viagra, you know, like,
yeah.
And then so you don't like, you're not like a 2-pump chump. You're just like, no. And then if you're healthy, you know,
yeah.
But like, yeah. So,
yeah, Ram gave me great advice in that. It's so meth is it helps with sex, right? And the sex experience, girls are willing to fuck you so long as you're willing to give them meth. Because they like that experience, no matter who it was. Like the meth puts it on a different level.
Well, you got to think about it, dude. Once you're to the point where you're gonna give up sex because you're so addicted to the drug, it really doesn't matter past that point.
Yeah,
like you've gone down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
right. Like I don't know what they're thinking. You know, like it's kind of like the protectee thing. You know, like that's why women want big men to protect them. It's like Tit for tat, I guess. It's probably where that saying comes from. Tit for tat.
Tit for tat.
Not meth, but you know.
I think it's a war game strategy. The tit for
So I
tat.
mean, you know, it's not good, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. Live and learn, though, right? Like that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, live and learn.
Live and learn. But you're not learning if you're fucking doing the same bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
If the same bullshit has bad consequences, you're not fucking learning from it if you don't do the opposite the next time the situation approaches you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Billy Strings?
I have not.
Oh, he's like a bluegrass type of musician.
That is a fucking bluegrass name, Billy Strings.
Billy
God
Strings,
damn it.
bro. Yeah.
That would have been a good guess.
Yeah.
Bluegrass.
He grew up in a very like drug filled environment, right? Like everybody was on drugs. And he started doing meth like way young. But you know how you said it's like makes you a little obsessive over stuff. Made him obsessive over like his guitar and playing songs on his guitar. And he described one time where he's like he did meth and then he just locked himself in the room and was just like strumming the chords of the guitar for 12 hours straight. And he didn't realize that it was 12 hours until he looked at his hand and it was like green from like the strings.
Yeah, that's why the Nazis gave it to the soldiers.
It
It works that way too.
Yeah.
But I mean, some negatives have positives,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we are literally created of atoms that have positives and negatives.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You don't think the U.S. has given like soldiers meth like at some
they never gave me meth.
like the Allies in World War II? So only Nazis got meth.
I don't know.
Everybody gets morphine.
You probably that's because you're going to die. You get morphine, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Right? That's just to make it easy. Like if we're being realistic, that's not compassion. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is sort of. Like it's compassion because you're in a shit out of luck situation, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they gave him back in World War II to the Allies. I mean, like, dude, people were doing meth as diet pills in the 50s. Women were doing fucking amphetamines. You know, the same shit they'd fucking throw you away for and bury you and throw the key away. Nowadays, they were fucking slinging it to housewives in the 50s.
Yeah.
So, like, at least a component of it.
Yeah.
So,
do we know what World War I was about?
Yes and no, because I can't think of the actual details, but like it was conflict, it was hatreds between countries, and it was it? I'm gonna get it wrong, but I think it was like Prince Ferdinand got assassinated, and in one country, and like
sounds right. I think
like,
Germany.
Yeah, well, I think it was like Hungary or whatever the country. There was another offshoot of Germany that was
Bulgaria.
No, it wasn't Bulgaria. You know, World War II wiped a lot of countries off the map.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, like.
But so did World War I, no?
No, yeah, my bad. I meant to say World War One. That wiped a lot of countries off the fucking map. Yeah, I don't know the exact thing. I think, but it was like kind of like what we live through today, like political division. One thing's just gonna set the fucking fire, right? And we're gonna go to fucking war. I mean, you got Ukraine attacking Iran now, so I mean, I don't even know what constitutes a fucking world war. What's the fucking metrics here? Because like you got us with Iran and you got Ukraine attacking Iran and Russia, you know, that's a fucking stalemate up there. And
I wonder for the people that grow up in China, whether or not they call it World War I, World War II, if that's what they call it.
Who the fuck knows? You get some Chinese that escaped out over here. You know, it's like like free thinking Chinese. I like China is like, because you've worked with them, a lot of Asian cultures. It's just like, oh, this needs to get done. And it's like, yeah, you guys ever thought about that? I remember I worked with the Gearbox company. It was a Chinese company, and like I was in Canada working because I was American. I guess I was the experienced tech, and the Canadian techs. Two of them were Canadian, two of them were Chinese, and like we'd have like conference calls and like, you know, I'm an American. I'm a dumb American, right? But like they try to push this It was basically about like working. I'm like, no, no, I'm going home in 6 weeks. That's the contract, dude. Like that's the travel contract. Like, I don't give a fuck about the results. You know, um, I'm not doing anything wrong. When the wind's too high, we can't go up and work. We're knocking out a tower a day, and we got to drive fucking 10 miles up a fucking log road to get to goddamn wind turbine, and then 4 hours of curing for the glue and all this other shit. And the little China guy though, he was like, he's like, how do you talk to him like that? I was like, because I'm a goddamn American, dude. Like, we signed a contract. Here's the fucking contract, dude. Like at the end of the day, really, what it comes down to is, will I pop smoke if I don't feel like I'm being treated right? Like, I mean, yeah, there's consequences to it. But you got to hold your ground. Those are your decisions you make. But if you never stick up for yourself, right? Sticking up for yourself doesn't mean everything's going to work out right. Right. But would you rather not stick up for yourself? I'm in the camp of stick up for yourself. We'll see how the chips fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they may go badly, and I might learn from it, but I will not cower to another man. That's the one thing about the invasion that I promised myself. We talked about promises to yourself, right? That doesn't just start in your childhood. They can go on through your life. They're checkpoints. To me, I wasn't going to be a bad father when I was over there, and I thought the goddamn bushes were Hajis because I'd been up for fucking 3 days straight looking through fucking night vision, and it was fucking dust storm would roll it, or sandstorm would roll in, and then fucking rain would follow it, and so like all the dust you're covered in would turn into mud, and sitting there cold and hungry and fucking worrying about getting shot. Am I gonna shoot the right person? I made myself a promise. I would never fucking cower to another man, especially one that's never been through anything like I've been through. So, like, now my goal for the rest of my life, can I keep that promise? And again, you got to weigh these things, kids, right? You got to know when to push and when to fight and when to pull back. You got to play the game. It's like right now at work, it's like people only see this linear path for the career they chose. And they're like, how did you do what you did? Like, I'm the oddball, right? Like, nobody would put on paper what I've done at that company, like the positions I moved to. So, because it's like, you got to roll the dice, right? And then when you roll the dice and they're like, I like your dice, you got to put up, right? It's one thing I like about that company. They'll give you a fucking chance. And pretty much when the chance doesn't work out, it's because you didn't put up. So you got to know what you're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, personal decisions, independent decisions, personal responsibility. That's really what it is. You can't outsource your faith and then get mad at the company for not doing exactly what benefits you every time.
Yeah. Speaking of faith, Charlie Kirk, dude. Did you think of him, like, what did you think of Charlie Kirk before he died?
I thought he was a reasonable, decent human being.
Mm. So before when did you start hearing about Charlie Kirk?
Long time ago.
Yeah, but do you recall where, scrolling?
Yeah. I got on board with Charlie Kirk the same way probably a lot of people got on board with Charlie Kirk. The algorithm decided I was on team right, and it started showing me Charlie Kirk. I mean, because that's what algorithms do.
Yeah.
They put you on the team, and then they just reinforce your hate for the other team. I don't hate people though. That's the thing. Like, and I mean, what got me on the Charlie Kirk is because Charlie Kirk was fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go in some place that doesn't like me, or I'm gonna go on a college campus that likes me. I don't know the audience. It either liked him or didn't like him. Right?
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want about Charlie Kirk, but when the other person stepped up to the microphone, how many times did he say, oh, calm down. Let him get his point out. Let them get their point out. Whatever, I mean, we talk about this fairness and we talk about this talking to each other and all this shit. He's the only asshole that's doing it, and some fucker shot him for it. Who paid for it? Who funded it? Who did it? Whatever. But the guy was living. the First Amendment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, no matter what you say, you can like what he said. That's the thing with the First Amendment. You can like it or not like it, but he's got the right to say it. And he wasn't that bad, dude. He was respectful. He brought comedy to it, a little bit of humility to it, but he was respectful of the people. Like, did Charlie Kirk say, oh, hey, like people made videos of him talking to a person, whether you agree with that person or not, whether you agree with what he responded. Charlie Kirk wasn't on his own Instagram being like, oh, I just fucking own this fucking stupid college kid. Like you saw what you got, you know, like that's what we need more of. He even fucking said it, dude. Like, this is what you need to do. Talk it out.
Yeah.
Talk it out. And if your idea can't last past one question, it's probably not a good idea. Anybody. Right, left, center, fucking purple, blue, I don't give a fuck. Right? You know, if you and look, if you're gonna get in an intellectual argument with somebody, you feel that way about it, right? Like, you can't just bring talking points. Right? There is data. Right? Everybody loves data. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have to make these decisions. If we make a decision and does it go absolutely 100% the way we thought it would? No, it never will, because it's fucking life. It's human nature. Another thing we just discontinued, human fucking nature. We got writings on the wall, writings in the books, writings on the internet. Like, human
Is there
nature.
anything you disagreed with Charlie with?
I can't think of it on top of my head. I don't know if it's because I don't think I go into it trying to disagree or agree with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Destiny, I disagree with a lot of that fucking little guy's fucking.
Destiny? You know about Destiny?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, dude, he's just one of those guys that has no argument and he just overtalks people.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like, you're not going to change his mind. Like, and at the end of it, I just see like Hasan Piker and Destiny, you guys are just trying to build clout. You're riding this wave and you don't really give a fuck about people.
Yeah.
You know, like, dude, like, whatever, like
they seem very vain, you know?
Yeah. And like, okay, dude, you're a favorite on your side because you watch some dude bang your wife. That ain't gonna happen in my household. Different kind of dude, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Like everything.
And you're referring to Destiny in this case?
Yeah, everything's changing. Cool, dude. Yeah.
But just for people listening, who is Destiny and Hasan Piker?
Destiny is a fast-talking progressive liberal who thinks he can vote his way into a utopia.
Mm-hmm.
He's an influencer, right? Because that's a thing now, right? You know, he's an influencer. So is Hasan Piker. Started on Twitch. He's an influencer.
Let's stop on this point. Right. Destiny, Hasan Piker.
Fuck those guys.
You don't like them. Did you ever like them?
No, why would I like
you never
them?
had
Who the fuck are they? What have they done in the real fucking world?
Yeah, but they never said anything that you agreed with.
I'm sure they said something I agree with because I have empathy. I'm not a fucking psychopath, but
yeah. But do you recall anything that you do agree with them?
No, I don't listen. I listen to them just to know the other side of it. But like, again, they're not actually willing to have come from a good place and have a debate. Destiny is always over talking motherfuckers. He thinks because he talks quick, he's smart. He's not. He's not. He's only smart because we live in a digital age with the fucking internet. What the fuck would he be useful at?
He's got some tism too, I think.
So what?
That makes you that.
So what?
That gives you that smart superpower.
So what? You know, when I see people using tism for good and people using tism as an excuse, I'm like, okay, well, people use it for good, so.
Yeah.
So fucking what? Everybody's got challenges, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking.
But there's our moral challenges?
What's their fucking challenge? They make money on the internet, super hard fucking job in the AC, and they want to preach to people. You know, if you're one of those people that don't believe in God, it's the same thing, the same way you look at preachers. That's all they do. Based on what? Based on what facts, dude? You could do it better. You're not running for anything. You're not trying to be in a position of power. You hold the hands of the people that you're trying to get fucking elected. But what are you doing? What are you changing? You're just making money off clout. You're not changing anything. You don't do anything. You couldn't do anything if anybody fucking tried.
Yeah. So you don't like these guys because they're progressive.
It's not about like I'm indifferent. I could give a fuck. That's another thing people need to fucking learn.
Yeah, but you have a negative perception of them because they obviously have fans.
I have a
that do
negative
enjoy
perception
them.
of them because I disagree with them.
Yeah,
I don't have a negative.
but like, what do you disagree with them about?
Everything they fucking say, dude. Hasan Piker's a socialist. I'm not a fucking socialist. I'm a capitalist. You're a fucking capitalist, you fucking pig. Where's the hard day they've ever fucking worked? Show me that on the fucking video on the internet. You know everything? Shut the fuck up, dude. Your life's comfortable. I hate all these people that fucking, they preach from a pulpit of fucking entitlement. All right? Like, you might not be wrong. You might not be right. Who the fuck are you to talk to me? I'm just an average guy. That's my thing. I'm an average guy. I'm a guy trying to navigate the fucking world. What I don't like is any of these motherfuckers that are now socialist. Where's it worked? Right? You know, it's like, oh, the Norwegian states. Okay, can we be like the Norwegian states and stop motherfuckers from coming in? I don't agree with my taxes being that high. Sorry, I'm not that guy. No, I do not want to pay half my fucking income so my kid can have free college. I'll take the fucking American way. Is it perfect? No. It's the best bitch we got though. You know, like fucking, you got these fucking socialists getting elected, 30-year-olds that live with their parents off their parents' money the whole fucking life and then want to talk about tax the rich. Bitch, you are the fucking rich. You know, like, what do you know? Right? What have you ever ran? You're going to run New York? It's the economic hub. That's what worries me. That guy's going to drive that city into the ground. That's our economic hub, our country's economic hub. What the fuck do you know about it? Failed rapper? But at least you got to be a failed rapper because your mommy's money paid for it, right? Your daddy talks about communism. That's only because he's a professor with tenure. That's why I hate all professors too, by the way, academics. The ones that are real, that's cool. But it's like, it must be nice, dude. You went to school, stayed in school, didn't have to worry about the fucking real world. By the way, why is that the only profession that has tenure? You know, the education system's fucked. You're not telling people how to think. You're telling people what they should think.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's another thing I don't get about the people that are anti-religious. They throw around morality. They throw around right and wrong. They throw around all this thing. Why the fuck do you give a fuck? You don't believe in God, so you're not going to get judged. So, like, why the fuck should anybody care? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you care? What are you doing about it? That's a nice tweet you just put out there. you know, right side of history. Fuck you. When history happens, it happens. Nobody in the future is going to remember you or me or anybody fucking else.
Mm-hmm.
Try operating from that perspective in life, not being so fucking narcissistic. You have a better life. Be more content. But yeah, fuck Piker, fuck Destiny. Back in the day, we used to just beat the shit out of those guys.
What about Sneeko?
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Nick Fuentes?
I barely know Nick Fuentes. I'm not a Nick Fuentes follower. I'm kind of on the fence with the whole going hard. I think Nick Fuentes has a community because people are frustrated. You know, you want to write him off as like far right or whatever. He's got some points. Like, he's just playing the game. I feel the internet game.
So Nick Fuentes does have some points that you do agree on. Like, you don't have a visceral reaction when Nick Fuentes.
I don't listen to Nick Fuentes, so I'm not going to bullet point points I agree with him on. I just know that, like, I mean, he just, you know, the reason people hate.
But you listen to Hasan and Destiny more than Nick Fuentes, or you've been.
I would say if you looked
more.
at my history, yeah, because I listen to the guys that are trying to have a reasonable conversation with the fuckers that derail it or over talk it every time they try to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because they all they have is talking points. They have nothing to point out. You know, and they live in this fucking delusional reality of like, yeah, this will work. It's never worked before. Or we should do this, and you know, like, why are you the expert? Why should I listen to you? Like, why should I listen to you? Like, Yeah, okay. That's the thing. We always have these conversations, but like we never move the needle. All right. You want his socialized medicine, Destiny's or Hasan Piker socialized medicine? You guys aren't going to compromise on shit. Right. But hey, by the way, the thing that socialists always fail to realize is you can't spread the wealth if it's not there anymore. And you guys are really good at getting rid of the wealth. like the whole spread the wealth thing, great idea, but what about if the wealth evaporates? This still is the United States, so wealth can move. And by the way, it's 2026. Wealth is digitalized now, dude. Like, when you guys want to run roughshod over like a Ford factory, back in the day it was hard because they had to move the whole factory and all that other shit. It ain't that hard anymore. Thank you, fucking advancements in technology. That's why they're in Mexico or wherever the fuck they're at. Like, it's you got nothing to hold them back. You can only incentivize business, right? Why are the states that incentivize business on an uptick or doing better than the states that are using them as a piggy bank? I'm all for it, right? Like I said, it's 50 experiments, right? Please burn to the ground, California.
So the main thing you don't like about Destiny and Hasan is that they're socialists.
They're not honest.
And they're not honest.
They're not having an honest conversation. Because they're not. You have an honest conversation, right? I have to listen to your point and I have to try to get to see where you're coming from. They don't want to do it. They want to overspeak you. They want to say you're wrong. Everything I see nowadays, when you try to have a reasonable conversation, is they want to call you a derogatory slur to end it instead of actually battle it with facts. And it's like, dude, if that's the way it's going to go, there's no talking to you. But the problem with that, it leads to violence. But good thing.
Right. So you don't like that they're socialists, and you also don't like that they're dishonest. Two major sticking points that you don't like about them.
Oh, also they're hypocrites.
And they're hypocrites.
They're hypocrites.
So
they think they're covered by the veil of morality because they're trying to fight for the less guy. Dude, shut the fuck up, dude. All the low guys would kill for what their lifestyle.
Yeah. So those are the main three things: hypocrites, socialists, and dishonest people. And what are the things about Nick Fuentes that give you a positive vibe about him?
He says what the fuck's on his mind.
Uh-huh.
Like I like guys that are unfiltered, and guys that are unfiltered are gonna say some shit. You're like,
well, I mean, you could say that Destiny and Hasan are pretty unfiltered.
Yeah, but I just think in the climate we're in, this whole thing where we've gotten so used to clutching our pearls. Nick Fuentes just calls shit out, and it's stuff where you're not allowed to say that, but he just says it right out, and then everybody makes a big fucking deal out of it. But like he doesn't care. And I don't think he cares because he's playing the game just as well as Destiny and Hasan Piker. They don't care about you. It's all clout, dude. It's just a different version of an Instagram model. That's all it is. If you start seeing it that way, like you can know who actually cares and who's actually trying to change the world and who's just riding the fucking wave. I mean, look, I can get on the internet right now and say the fucking most obscene shit, but at least half the country would agree with me. If the YouTube algorithm or the whatever algorithm doesn't block me, and I get out there and I get shared and I just play on people's feelings. I don't play. See, that's the thing. That's what I hate about the world now. Everybody's gotten so emotional. There's no such thing as logic thinking.
So what is logic think? Well, okay. So using your
being rational,
your rationality, let's put up some major issues that are have been debated for millennia now. Abortion, pro-abortion or anti-abortion, and why?
I don't like the way that's framed. Pro or anti?
Is abortion good or bad, or
I don't?
Like, I'm not what even, are your thoughts?
Well, and see, here's the problem: we put every political issue in a good or bad category.
Yeah.
Let's be honest and let's compromise on it. Back to the compromise.
Yeah.
All right. So you said you want to settle millennial problems. You don't settle millennial problems by continuously arguing about them. There's got to be a reasonable time limit on it, right?
And what is that time limit?
I don't know. What everybody's comfortable with, right? If we're having a conversation, we're going to make the law today, right?
Mhm. So
So
the
you're 9
girls,
months, I'm 0. Where do we meet in the middle?
so you're already throwing out the people that are like, you can abort all the way up to 9 months.
Yeah, fuck those. That's my look.
Conversation
Can I
now.
tell you something? Let me preface this.
Mhm.
We try to abort.
Mm.
Okay, so that's where I'm coming from, right? But
Mhm.
when you make that decision, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, you're just trying to make yourself the timeline between 0 and 9 months is just to make people feel better about killing something. You know, if you were anti-gun, you shouldn't be pro-abortion, right? It's a conflict of interest, right? Life is life, right? You know, you're just trying to give yourself an excuse out of it. If you want to use it as contraceptive and fucking kill something because you're not ready for it or you don't want to take the responsibility, man the fuck up and say that. I'll respect you more in the morning. But this whole fucking bury it under fucking it's women's health care. It's reproductive rights. What else do we do where we murder something and call it a right and call it health care? Nothing. Right? Like, you guys want to play with the language. I would respect you more and we could probably come to a compromise if we said 3 months, 6 months. But I mean, like, dude, like, you are a cold, heartless bitch. If it, again, it comes back to consequences. If I stick a dick in a vagina and that dick ejaculates, welcome 8th grade human class,
Anatomy.
right? Anatomy. There is a high chance of a baby. And then when the baby forms, unless complications happen, it will become a human life. Right? And with the world we live in, if you live in the first world, it's more likely to become a human life. So if we're going to have a compromise on murking a human life, let's talk about it. Let's not call it a right. Let's call it what it is. You can't solve the problem if you're not even going to get to the point where you call it what it is. We can't even get to that fucking point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against it. I'm not pro or anti. You need to have an abortion, you need to have an abortion. But
not at 6 months, not at 9 months.
And you can't just throw rape out there to stop the fucking conversation because it's the smallest fucking percentage in the goddamn world of why abortions happen.
You know, a lot of girls think that that's the main reason why abortions happen.
Yeah, because guys are stupid. That's the whole goes back to the lower educated people because they stop at the headline.
No, but I know highly educated people that
they stop at the
truly
headline.
believe this.
They stop at the headline.
Yeah,
right, because they were never taught headline. Read the whole story. You ever notice like stories? The last paragraph will be totally opposite of the headline. Headline gets you in. You don't need to worry about that fucking third paragraph if the whole fucking society.
Yeah, but like people don't read to get. Well, at least none of the people that I know. Yeah, they should, but they don't read. But
they should. I don't want to tell you. Like, and then if I tell you should have read this part, and it conflicts with your belief, and then you just want to play dumb, that's your right. But that's why we're going down the road we're going down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Life's hard. We got to make some decisions. Do your research.
Right.
Like, we have a representative government. You guys talk about democracy. Democracy ain't shit if everybody's stupid.
So abortion should be legal up until 3 months.
Divorce. I'm with Trump on this one. Abortion. States. I'm all for the states. I'm all for the states making decisions. Mm-hmm. You do not want the federal government. If you want, like, again, you're independent or you're dependent. Independent people are like, hey, I want to let the states deal with that issue. I will move to that state, or I'll figure it out, or fucking, you don't give a fuck. 10 million people jump the fucking border, but everybody wants to bitch when they got to drive to Oklahoma to have an abortion. Shut up. Like, let the states deal with it. 50 experiments. Right? Let's see what works and see what doesn't. Again, but everybody's got to agree that we're going to accept the consequences. right? Utopian dream. How's that working out for you? Right? Not on this side of the fucking imaginary line.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, we'll do our thing. Like, because again, live and let live. Right? You know, I get it. We're a country, but you guys are making bad decisions in one place, or you're making good decisions. And if one place does better than the other, don't get mad they made good decisions, you made bad decisions. Probably try some of their decisions. You know, if we're just testing it and we're waiting for the catastrophe to happen, like if that's what we got to do, all the warning signs say don't do that. But no. We know what we're doing. We're going to get this utopia. And it fucking burns to the ground. Don't do it again. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Point is, you would vote for Nick Fuentes as opposed to Hasan Piker. And
No, I wouldn't vote for either one of them.
well, it's between Destiny Hasan and Nick Fuentes.
No. And don't even say if I put a gun to your head. Because you know what? I'm one of those guys, don't put a fucking gun to my head. I hate that. Like, I wouldn't vote. Everybody talks about the right side of history. I didn't vote for the shit. We'll see what happens. You know, America, you need to understand something. You're not ready for if society falls.
Yeah.
You're not built for it.
Yeah. So these people are internet personalities, and so what about Constantine
and Francis? I love those British fucks. I love them just as much. And I give a shout out to Josh and Ollie. My daughter turned me on to them. They're Brits, and they go around the world tasting food.
Mm.
And because British food is so bad, they have a really small baseline. So like when they come to Austin and eat barbecue at Terry Black's, like their reaction is real. It's visceral. They go to China, they go to Korea, they go to Japan, they go all over the country. Sometimes they have celebrities. I just like them. And they do like another channel where they bring American food to British students in a school. And, you know, it's like sometimes you see like they don't like it, but then sometimes it's like, oh my fucking God, dude. Like, you know, like biscuits and gravy, bro. Go over to fucking England and start a biscuit and gravy shop. You'll be a billionaire. Like every single one of the Brits I've ever seen fucking try biscuits and gravy. Like they're like, oh my fucking God. They're like, but yeah, Francis and Constantine, again, like they're not like on either side of it, you know?
Well, they're pretty clear on what side they are.
Constantine is pretty clear on I'm not on your side.
No, I mean in the sense of like, let's say he's anti-immigration, not anti-abortion, like very clearly. He's pro-Israel.
He's not pro-Israel.
He's pro-Israel.
He's not pro-Israel.
Well, I mean, at the very least, he always argues for Israel.
But he's been the only one that been changed my mind on pro-Israel.
Oh, he's changed his mind?
No, he hasn't changed his mind, but like he's the only one after the whole Israel-Palestine thing, because he's admitted, he's like, I don't know. He's like, and he's had people on. Like, he's open to the discussion. But he's principled. I don't know why anybody thinks that A side is the right side or B side is the right side, and then you will always fall on a side.
Well, it's because we live in such obscurity that we don't even know what like is true or false.
It's not an excuse. You have to embrace the obscurity. You have to understand that there's nuance, there's gray areas. Like you again, like everybody's trying to be on the right side of history. Like they're going to show films of them, like they show films of Hitler. Like, dude, just live your fucking life. Live by principles, make your choices. And again, when we vote for somebody, you're not going to get 100% success rate. You got to work from that premise. You can't work from like, oh, I'm going to vote for the guy that's going to save my life. Mm-hmm. You're not going to vote yourself into, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness. Nowhere does it say guaranteed fucking happiness. If you're voting for somebody to make your life better, you've already failed in this country. They're not going to make your life better. They're going to make you dependent. They're going to make you a victim. I don't wear those medals. I don't want to be a victim.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
They were from Constantine.
Because I rambled the fuck on. That's I deflected.
I deflect.
I'm internet savvy, dude.
Yeah, I could never. Have you ever tried to debate anybody about like something? Like actually try to debate them with the intention of, all right, I'm here to listen to what you have to say, and I'm open for you to convince me.
It takes a amount of humility to do that.
Yeah,
on
but
both
have you
parts.
ever done that with somebody? Like trust somebody enough to have that debate?
No, I haven't had like a formal let's mic up debate, but I mean I've debated people in life. But I mean you got to be able to walk away with it like, oh, okay, cool, we disagree. Agree to disagree, right? Like, you know, I'm not trying to convince people. I don't think I'm working from that.
No, but do you think there's value in that?
There is. But
especially if you disagree with someone that's like you care about their intellect, the way they view life, and there's a huge disagreement.
But I don't
between us.
care. I don't care. I don't care about their thoughts and the way it affects life. I care about the people that are buying into the bullshit. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what, dude? Like, I'm one of those people like, let's test it out. Time will tell, right? Like, you're right, you're wrong. You know, I just wish we were more like hardcore on like, fuck yeah, Democratic Socialist America. It's all you. Don't ask for money outside your borders. See what happens. What you do is your consequence. Mm-hmm. You can blame everybody else in the problem, you know, like Chicago blames fucking Ohio for the gun problem. Mm-hmm. Shut the fuck up, dude. Really? You have a gun problem because they go to another state, but they always come back to the same area and fucking kill each other? Like, no, it's like, address that, you know? Explain that to me. Strictest gun laws. What happens? You know, you're like, oh, the extreme gun laws and people not being able to do this and fuck the Second Amendment. That's what'll stop gun violence. You have the highest gun violence. Oh, it's because it's a state next to us. They don't have any rules.
Yeah.
There's always another fucking excuse.
So what about Alex Jones?
What about him?
Do you like Alex Jones?
I think he's funny.
But you don't think he has some points? He has some bars?
I think time has proven some of his points right. Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, but that's the thing, right? Like, you know, you can get
like which public figures are like, I don't know. It's like none of them are really trustworthy, but at the very least, you would be open to like, hey, I kind of trust that he's actually saying what he's thinking and is open to opening his idea. Like Constantine, right? Like that's a prime example. Like who else is out there that are thought leaders that can probably present us ideas in a digestible way? That
Tom Bayou.
Oh yeah, I like that guy too. Yeah, I stopped listening to him after a while. Like I listened to every episode, and then just at some point, I was like, "Dang, dude!" Like,
you ever watch videos and you like listen to the conversation, and like you're like yelling at it because there's the obvious point, but like it doesn't get brought up in the conversation. Like he's got his little dude that like is like younger and like I feel like it's like, did you not just hear what the fuck he said? Like your feelings don't matter. But like,
you talking about the black guy that usually
you said it. I set you up. You said it. No, like I get where he's coming from. Like he's coming from a real place of compassion. Like I don't doubt that dude, but like at the same time, it's like there's just like that, like the point you thought of that is very relevant that it doesn't get covered, you know? And it's like, what, like, because you would come up with a point like that matters to you.
Yeah, but even then, even their dynamic, I think this is why I stopped listening to them, is that I felt like their dynamic was that the black guy had to take the like more woke-ish side, like on purpose to kind of create this type of friction between them in front of camera.
Have you watched it lately though?
Not lately, actually.
Lately, dude, like he fucking lays it out. Yeah. Like he just, anything.
Like it's no longer obscure, like he's actually being
like he just lays it the fuck out. Like he's not a big fan of Mamdani.
Mamdani?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a straight up capitalist.
Well, he is, but he explains why. Mm-hmm. You know, like he's like, because like the black dude's like, oh, well, he balanced the budget. And Tom's like, yeah, he got tax money from the state. Like, impress me next year's budget when he can actually pay for it without having to go. I mean,
well, he's that's a savvy ass move to be able to say you balance the budget.
it's a political move.
Exactly.
It's a
it's like a quick soundbite. He balanced the budget.
That shows you the education level of people, right? Balancing the budget by requiring the state to give you more state funds.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, technically you balance the budget. It's a soundbite. It's a headline, but it doesn't account for the fact that you're going to add more programs this year. So what the fuck next year? Right? Like, you're not balancing the budget if you're using the law or political workarounds to balance it. Let's balance the budget. Right? Let's stop fucking spending. Right? Like, if we have to stop spending on entitlements, well, you might stop importing motherfuckers that shouldn't be here. There's one way to cut it. Yeah, it's not friendly, it's not safe, it's not nice, but it's reality. You know? And eventually taxpayers get fucking fed up with it. You know? Like, what are you offering? A lot of fucking millionaires and billionaires say they would pay more money. They're just not confident in the way the government spends them. They got a point.
Yeah.
No business in the history of this country spending money the way the government spends money would still be around. It's bound to fail.
Yeah.
You're bound to live on the fucking streets if you spend money and the amount of income and the money you spend out as a normal citizen. I don't understand why that, like, they've done a really fucking good job with the education and the propaganda and all the bullshit, like, not saying that's a problem. All right? I mean, printing money. Like, who the fuck wasn't an essential worker during COVID? I was.
You were an essential worker?
I didn't miss a fucking day of work, dude. I fixed equipment that made semiconductor chips. But everybody was. At some point during the fucking timeline, McDonald's was a fucking essential worker.
No, McDonald's was. And during COVID.
Why though? Why? What's the criteria there?
Well, because we need our double cheeseburger.
Yeah, we do. We need our McDonald's drive-through order to be wrong. Side note, why is that true?
What?
Why is that stereotype true?
The McDonald's
is one of the only fast food places, and I don't even really go there anymore. Only when I get my 6-month craving for a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Which is garbage, by the way.
But it's delicious.
It's still delicious, unsatisfying garbage.
Delicious.
Why is it I check my bag? I'll tell you why.
I always check my bag too.
Yeah, you know why you do it? Because they fuck up that much where it's reasonable and rational to check your fucking bag.
Yeah.
And I hate that I check my bag and I'm like, God damn it, dude. And you know what the worst part? You know the fucking worst part? It's on the receipt. The receipt is literally a list of what should be in that bag, and they fuck it up.
Yeah.
Do I do it at Whataburger? No. Do I do it at Chick-fil-A? No.
Oh, I do it everywhere, actually.
But you do it because of McDonald's.
I don't know. Chick-fil-A fucked me a lot, too.
Yeah.
Like here, but specifically this one over here.
This is bumfuck.
Yeah, well, still.
This gets a little bigger.
That one restaurant has taken away the shine off of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but this area gets better. The business will have to get better. Remember, I'm bougie, bro. I live in a northern suburb, so I'm bougie. But yeah.
So Tom and Constantine and who else?
PBD.
Like PBD. Who else? Actually, of PBD, his co-hosts. Do they all get included with PBD?
Yeah, because it's different perspectives. You're like the older, logical dude, the younger, conservative, enthusiastic guy, and then I think Adam is the white dude that was a liberal, and I don't know. Here, let's go through this shit, dude. Let's see. There's this black dude that because I'm more reels, but luckily I've programmed the algorithm to
You built your algorithm brick by brick?
I think so. I get a lot of, it still sneaks in there. I get a lot of golf stuff now. I do golf stuff. So, cause you got to step away. Tim Pool, Dad Saving America.
Yeah.
what's his name? Let's see. Chris Williamson.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just biased because they all live in Austin. What's this chick's name? She's a very reasonable chick. Brandy Cruz. She's like trying to fight the stupidity. She lives in Washington, so it's like, so I watch the stupid news in Seattle through her.
Mm.
Let's see what else we got. Valuetainment.
You listen to Breaking Points ever?
Breaking Point. What's that? I listen to like
With Sagar and Jetty and Crystal Ball.
not really. The Rubin Report. Let's see. Winston Marshall. Dude, that guy put fucking Pelosi in her place at Oxford. So, what else I got in here?
Dave Rubin.
Nick Freitas. I got Nick Freitas, not Nick Fuentes. Nick Freitas.
Yeah.
If we had more politicians like Nick Freitas, it'd be a better fucking country.
I don't know. He's still super pro-Israel.
I'm pro-Israel.
Yeah, but like, why?
Well, okay. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Pick a side. Okay, I pick Israel. It's a Western country.
Is it Western though?
It's more progressive than any country that surrounds it.
Yeah, but that's
Israel's
the only,
never.
that's
Israel,
the only criteria.
I know, like the criteria for atrocity. I know everything Israel done is atrocity. You know, if you go back in history and look at Israel, they've never done it not after being attacked. Everything they bitch about, you started it, motherfucker.
Israel started it?
No, whoever attacked them, like the West Bank and Gaza, they didn't have that. They were okay with that.
Yeah.
And the fucking 6-7 war started.
6-7 war?
67.
Oh.
And they were like, well, while we're at it, fuck you. Dude, I look at Israel, like, you can put morality on it, right or wrong, but like, I'm with Israel because they don't start the shit. But they are a bigger fucking hammer when they swing back.
They don't start the shit?
They don't start the shit.
What do you mean?
They don't start the shit. Well, it's perspective. What are you talking about starting shit?
I guess, so when I say that, I'm saying because this has been a conflict for a long, long time. Right?
How do you think this is going to fucking end?
Like, it's a religious war.
Yeah, somebody's going to wipe the other one off. The problem is, the one side of the war, it's only one religion. In Israel, you can practice any fucking religion you want. I'm going to cheer them on. Whatever their background is, right? From now on, from this point on, right? Because everybody wants this perfect world, perfect war shit.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think they would have fucking flattened Gaza if October 7th would have never fucking happened. Everybody forgets that. That's the thing I noticed about October 7th. The minute that happened, the propaganda, the news, the media, the whole spin on the thing was like, if Israel does anything, they're the bad guy. They just got burned and raped. Who the fuck do we do that to besides Israel? If that shit happened on these fucking borders, they fucking burn people and rape people.
Yeah.
Right?
But doesn't Israel do the same thing?
The spin, dude, the spin was already colonizers, this and that.
Yeah, but the spin initially was very sympathetic.
Yeah, but
I was very pro-Israel when that thing happened.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Everybody's pro-victim because they were the victim on that day.
Well, first of all, I didn't even know Israel existed.
Well, what I'm saying is, to your point of Israel, everybody was pro-Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's because our simpleton society and world we live in is pro-victim. All right. They were the victim. But what about if a victim says, fuck this, I don't want to be a victim, and they go over the top in their response? That's what's changed the world's opinion of them. I respect it. That's life. Dude, they are literally, because of things that have happened to Israel, they are literally a society that is the most progressive in that region. They are a society.
But progressive is a good thing in your eyes.
I thought that's what we wanted. I'm not fucking conservative, fucking let's not have the fucking light bulb anymore. I don't hate gay people. Trans people, I think you have a mental illness. All right. You want to do what you want to do? Please, whatever deity you pray to them. All right. They're the ones that have a mosque and a church and temple for the Jews.
Mhm.
Gaza, hey man, nah, straight Muslim. Fucking, you got to do this. Women put shit over your face. They are a society.
Well, and God,
Yeah, okay. Like that's working out for Christians all around the fucking world.
well, I mean, but there are Christians in Gaza,
Yeah, and they're the minority and they're getting fucked with for it.
but not by Gazans. Like the Muslim Gazans aren't fucking around with the Christians in Gaza.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, very much.
How
so.
many Christians are in Gaza?
There has been a Catholic church being bombed by Israel. Like,
okay, I get that. Okay,
like that's
one.
Like, who the fuck?
Okay, so let's take religion. Let's take religion out. Dude, shit happens, dude. I love everybody that's never had a fucking bullet. I've never had a person. It's easy to judge. It's fucking easy to judge. It's easy to judge when your life is not on the line and it's 5,000 miles away from the fucking conflict.
Exactly, but that's what I mean.
But here's let me get to my point. Let me get to my point. They are a culture of on the street. Women and men are carrying rifles because they get fucked with so much.
Yeah.
They are ready to go. It's selective service, so you have to fucking serve men and women. So the problem is that bad that they have to involve their fucking women. Beautiful women, by the way.
Yeah. I'll tell you won't get an argument from me.
Now, that's not because back in the day we put them there. That's because they gotten fucked with. You can't, dude, it's human nature. One of these days, like I gotta give them credit for restraint. Because nobody wants to talk about this. Every time there's been conflict and every time the world's had to step in with conflict with Israel, Israel's given ground. Yes, they've taken ground, but they've given ground. But because they're more military sophisticated and they have our backing and they're doing better in their society, they're automatically the bad guy when they get punched in the face and they totally decimate the fucking guy that punched them in the face.
But what happens when they're the ones punching people in the face?
Dude, this was a long time coming. Like everybody asks,
no. I'm not talking about like not just currently, but over the years.
They don't start shit.
Like anytime that we try to have any kind of peace deal in the Middle East, the main entity that always tries to
because they don't trust the fucking Muslims the same way.
Obviously, they don't trust us. Obviously, they don't trust our people.
It's the same way that dude in the UAE made it a point to say, "I'm saying this in English because you Westerners don't get it."
Yeah,
we know how to deal with the extremists. You will never do it because of your liberal democracy.
The UAE?
Yeah, I forget. It's online. But there's a guy, I don't know if he's from the UAE, he's from one of the Middle Eastern countries. It's a Muslim country. He's like, he says this, I am saying it in English, so there's no misinterpretation. We have dealt with the extremists and we know how to deal with the extremists. The problem is your sympathy is going to let them through the door and they're going to destroy you.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I definitely don't agree that there's a bunch of Muslims coming into the U.S. or anywhere.
Yeah,
like, this migrant crisis is actually caused by a lot of the bullshit that Israel is doing out there. Like all the conflicts that are going on, like Israel is at war with like 11 different states. Yeah. And like a lot of it, they provoked.
I'm not going to defend them. I'm still on their side. I'm not going to defend them. No, because look, like it's back to human nature.
Uh-huh.
They've stood up. They've taken it in the face over and over and over again. And they're the bad guy. The problem with calling somebody the bad guy over and over again, what about it when they don't give a fuck if they're the bad guy? That's where we're at with Israel.
But like as an American, though, if you know that this conflict, this entity is causing this migration crisis into your country, like you could call that out.
How are they causing a migration crisis?
Well,
Jordan doesn't even want the fucking Palestinians.
No. I'm not talking about Palestinians. Like even the Moroccans. I'm talking about like the conflicts all over the region, the Middle East as a whole. Like, why are Muslims going all over the world?
Well, to my point to that, you say Moroccans. How is there no women and children in that whole video?
Exactly.
So those are weak fucking men, bro. Those are weak fucking men.
No, yeah, but who organizes all that? Because that's
I don't know. That's a good fucking question. Because that didn't happen.
It's sophisticated, right?
So don't blame Israel.
No.
Like for shit like
I'm not saying. Well, no. Well, actually, yeah, no. Still, Israel, 100%, 100%.
Israel's the bad guy you guys want. because they're not.
But who's
they're
you
not
guys?
the poor brown people.
Who's
they're
you guys?
succeeding brown people. Because Israel's aren't fucking white Jews from the Bronx.
Jews are also there's Arab Jews.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Everybody thinks of Israel like it's a bunch of motherfuckers from Bronx. Yeah. Like the Jew, oh my God, I want to count your coins. No, it's not the fuck. It's not Howard from the Big Bang Theory. Like, yeah, I know. Trust me, I know that the Israel, the IDF. Yeah, they're not the fucking I'm afraid of the sun fucking New York Jews. Okay, I get that. They're not the ones that are running the country supposedly Jews. I get that. You know, like this is how this shit plays out, bro. Like we're all trying to be like, well, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? This shit's been going on since the beginning of humanity.
But I'm saying, like, for just purely from an American perspective, you could take
my American perspective. What I've learned about fucking Israel, there is no there's no perfect answer. Like a lot of people that are pro-Palestine, they're coming from the ideal of oppressor and oppressed.
Like from morality.
Yeah, they're basing their morality on like, well, Israel's a big power and these guys aren't. So whatever they do, it's because of the struggle, and whatever Israel does is because they're morally bad. I look at it from a human nature perspective. You fucked around and found out. Like, and it's not just one singular thing. Right. This wasn't. Hold on. No. This wasn't Israel has been perfect since its inception and Palestine's been perfect since inception. This is a back and forth that has to come to a head. Maybe because we didn't solve it years ago, nobody stepped the fuck in. This is the result, right? So I'm not going to pass judgment on either one of them. If I'm going to pick a side, I'm going to pick the pro-Western fucking Israel who's been getting fucked with.
Right, but you're saying pro-Western. I'm saying who's pro-American? Like what is helping our interests? The United States of America. Is our partnership with Israel helping the United States?
If we have any future plans in the Middle East, and this requires past and intel for a lot of fights we've been in.
Yeah, but why are we in those fights?
Okay. Israel had nothing to do with Iraq and Afghanistan, but a lot of intel.
They had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't just his point of it. It wasn't his point of intel. Okay.
But it was also British intelligence that was also
so if Britain gets fucking attacked and they fucking decimate somebody, is Britain all of a sudden the bad guy? What I'm saying is,
I mean, if they overreact, I mean, there's everybody. Even like we didn't do that shit.
Look, you want to look. There's black and white shit, and the world is not fucking black and white. Look,
but still, just from an American perspective, is that partnership good or bad?
Good
for America.
Good,
but
good.
Why?
But why?
How? Like
why? Just intelligence. Intelligence.
But that's it. That's the only.
Well,
thing.
it's not the only. It's not the only thing. You gonna let me say it? Oh. Right? Like, right? It's good to have a partner in a part of the world that fucking hates everything Western.
But so America is.
If you don't realize this, we are in a fight for the world.
Is Western Christianity?
No, Western is liberal ideas.
So liberal
classical
ideas.
Liberal, not this fucking stupid shit they have nowadays.
But what are classical?
A place where any religion is accepted, not just one.
Mm-hmm.
And don't give me because there's one fucking Catholic church in Palestine, all of a sudden it's okay. No, if you go to Jerusalem, there's fucking mosques, there's fucking temples, there's churches. Like that's it. Their women don't have to wear shit over their fucking face. Right? Their women have rights. Their women have fucking ARs. They have the fucking rights.
Yeah.
Everybody that's egalitarian, like, you could take some fucking pointers from fucking Israel.
Well, I mean, if you're a Christian in Israel, you're walking around with a cross necklace. You get spit on. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And if you're a Christian in Africa, you're going to probably get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
So you don't think we would, if we didn't have this relationship with Israel, we wouldn't have so much resentment in that part of the world against the U.S.?
I don't see how, if we're going to pick the lesser of evils in that region, we're not allowed to pick Israel. That's what I'm saying.
So it's like it's both evil. I agree, both evil. Yeah, 100%.
I'm not naive.
But I'm saying, yeah, it's like, but it seems like we're choosing Israel or nothing. It's not,
That's
going back to that compromise.
Yeah, but like nothing is, you say nothing, but like who the fuck else is worth anything over there to us, right? If we're looking for
I mean, Saudi Arabia, Jordan.
Yeah, but like until Saudi Arabia really gets their fucking panties in a wad, like I'm just saying, like Saudi Arabia's, that's another fucking story for another fucking day between us and Saudi Arabia, right? Like what I'm saying is this is a game of alliances. And alliances are not going to have pure beliefs on both sides.
Does an ally work towards peace with you?
They should, but as saying peace is the ultimate answer every time.
So you would say if we made peace in the Middle East, if we could get a deal with Iran,
we're never going to make peace in the Middle East,
right? But if we were able to get a deal with Iran, like that would be a good thing for us, right?
Depending on the deal.
Like this memorandum MOU that Vance just did, or that did like a few weeks ago.
What's like in the package?
The package was that we will lift sanctions on Iran. Iran will open up the Strait of Hormuz, guarantee that nothing's going to happen to anything, and it's going to allow all the tankers to go in, to come out. And but the condition is sanctions get lifted from Iran, and Israel has to stop bombing in Lebanon. Like that's what the understanding was between the U.S. and
depends on what Iran. The perspective you're coming from.
Well, I mean that was the deal, and that's the deal that got signed.
No, well, hopefully everybody's. That's the fucking how many deal we've had in this whole conflict.
Right, exactly. But why do these deals get broken up?
Because of ego.
Whose ego?
The people in power.
Like in this example, what happened was once this got signed, Netanyahu went public and was like, yeah, they can sign their deal, but we're not a part of that deal. And then they started bombing Lebanon even harder.
Okay, so we go down the road when eventually Israel just starts going off the hook and we're not an ally with them anymore.
But the thing is that they've been doing this a lot.
They're pissed off, G.
I know, but shouldn't that piss us off? If we're like,
again, we're an ally.
Yeah, but
we're not in charge of them.
But we're completely supporting them.
Yeah,
right?
and look,
and it's like little brother over here that's just like grabbing us by some kind of leash.
But would you stop being his brother? Like, or would you go to the end?
But you would set your what the fuck?
Well, what's the limit? I don't know the limit.
No, dude, like you got to put him in his place, right?
I don't know.
How do you put Israel? Have we ever put Israel in its place?
Why would no? We never needed to put Israel in its place.
But we have, because it's been doing all this like chaotic shit that is against our interests. Even though we clearly define that,
but you're saying put them in
this.
You're saying put them in their place by one guy telling another guy, hey, get in your fucking place. What about if that doesn't work?
No, but put them in their place in the sense of
we're going to attack Israel?
Like, listen, if you bomb and fuck up this peace deal with us, we're going to stop your weapon shipments that we're giving you.
Then do that.
Right, but that's like super like red alert. That's bad.
No,
why wouldn't you ever do that?
Dude,
why would you ever stop weapon shipments to Israel? They're defending themselves.
We didn't step in the whole fucking time of the country's existence. Back and forth. We wanted to play these nice little peace deals. This is what it comes to a head. Like, and again, if we go down the road and we're like, hey, dude, you got to fucking stop, and we're going to stop giving you shit, we'll see how that plays out. But we end up here because we don't make the hard decisions in the beginning. Like look at Iran, look at Iraq. We spent 20 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's back in the same people that were fucking controlling it. It's no better, no worse, right? It's because the American public can't stomach what it actually takes. War throughout history, you didn't go in there and be like, hey, we're going to kind of half do it, not half do it. No, we fucking decimated everything. We pretty much changed the structure because there was no fucking structure, right? And I mean, like, look after World War II, right? We had to divide it up with the fucking commies, right? West Germany, East Germany. We had to let it fucking play out, right? Yeah. Because nobody wanted to go full all in. There is, like, I don't know what the fucking solution is. You can only play in chess. You can only play your fucking pieces as you have them. Yeah. We'll see how the game fucking ends.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put a gun to my head, and you're not going to put a fucking gun to my head, but if I'm going to pick one, I'm going to pick Israel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take everything from the past, and I'm not going to go this clutch my pearls thing because of the last thing that's happened. I look at Israel and I look at a bunch of people that had restraint, not absolute restraint, but like I understand because I'm that type of person. Fuck with me, fuck with me, fuck with me. At what point is it not my responsibility to be the bigger man? That's what they're going through. They're just sick of it. But
it's like fuck with me, fuck with me, fuck with me. But it's like fuck with me, I fuck with you, and you, and you, and you. Oh, fuck with me, I fuck with you.
It was a long time coming. I mean, dude, the fucking 7-Day War was 3 countries that tried to attack them at the same time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like...
But because they provoked some shit.
They didn't provoke anything for the 3-Day War. They provoked it because they were Jewish and they were there. And those assholes, the 3 countries around them, thought they could take it over.
So they got attacked because they're Jewish, not because of the state entity and the atrocities.
Well, I mean, whatever the reason you want to say it doesn't have to be about Jewish. Is they saw a group of fucking people they could take advantage of, but they fucked up because those people stepped up and they weren't like, I'm not going to take advantage of it. Take the fucking Jew out of it.
Yeah.
Right? Let's get rid of all that shit. And they didn't attack because Muslims hate Jews. No, it was a bunch of people in power in 3 different countries that thought they could take advantage and they got their shit pushed in. It's when a bully gets punched in the fucking face. It's that fucking simple.
So in this case, Israel isn't the bully? Israel's a victim punching the bully in the face?
In this case, Israel is a dude that understands violence and has been holding their tongue, and October 7th set them off. And they're like, fuck this. We're done with this. We're not going to live this way anymore because Israel is surrounded by people that fucking hate them. We don't understand that in America, right? Because we don't understand that fucking California is different than fucking Nevada most times over here because people haven't left the state. They're done with it. They're doing what they have to do. Is it going to have atrocities? Is it going to have atrocities? Is it going to have shit that we can be in the audience and be like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. Yeah, but you don't fucking live over there. There's generations of people that have grown up over there that have had to do selective service, right? And it's over and over again. And now they're just at the point where...
And I understand the perspective of growing up in an environment where you get told that, hey, people are going to hate you because of who you are and what your heritage is. And there's nothing you could do to change that. And you're going to grow up and you're going to join the military.
People are just mad.
It's just a dangerous place out there, and we're going to have to defend us.
People are just mad,
and I don't fault them for growing up that way and having that perspective.
People are just mad because they're not on the defensive anymore. They're on the offensive, and people don't like what the offensive is. The thing about it is, Israel is willing to do what we don't do anymore. That's why we spend 20 years in a fucking place and nothing fucking changes. And we leave billions of dollars of military equipment to the fucking cavemen that shouldn't fucking have it.
But what do you mean by that? You mean they're willing to go places where we're not?
Yeah, they're at a place in their life, in their decision making, where they're like, you know what?
So we're definitely war, love, war.
In their mindset,
they're out for blood.
They're like, you are not going to fucking come in and rape and pillage at a fucking music festival, at our senior fucking living centers. That we're done. We try to be the bigger man, and if the world puts any sanctions or anything on us, and we back the fuck off, we're not doing it. And if Big Brother America isn't going to have the balls to step in and stop us, we're going to ride this bitch until there's some actual consequences.
And that makes sense from their perspective. But that doesn't make sense for America's perspective.
Because we see everything through a Western lens. We think everybody has our morals and values, and they don't. We don't want to see for what it is.
No. My point, you just said that Big Brother America, if they don't want to support us, whatever. But you're saying Big Brother America doesn't have the balls to cut us off.
Hey, look. Time ticks on, dude.
Right.
I'm not going to call it indecisions, but it's reactions and actions.
Right.
Right. Like, are we like the people in charge of us right now? Right. Again, if we would have had a different president or maybe a different Congress, maybe we would have cut off. We're like, whoa, Israel, this shit, you've gone too far. We don't have that. We'll still have to see how this plays out. Like this whole.
Yeah. But right now, our whole economy is really kind of going up and down, right?
Yeah.
This war with Iran is just not good at all for anybody.
It's not, but it's not good for,
And
it's not good for,
a peace deal would be good for everybody.
yeah, but like, that's the thing. Like, again, and I'm not totally against this. Yeah, the gas prices have gone up a little here, but it's not as drastic for us because we can start drilling. We have reserves. But we're also fucking China. Again, geopolitics. China's a fucking enemy. China's hurting right now. Yeah, they're building things and nuclear power plants and everything like that. 40% of their energy comes from fucking Iran.
You think if there's a one-on-one war between us and China, that we win?
Depends on how we play it. Depends on how we play it. Dude, like, this is a bigger game. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what Israel does. If they're just a thing to distracting all the stupid people, at the end of the day, I already told you this. If this Iran thing pops off, doesn't pop off, let's sign this deal, gas prices will come back down. If it goes on long enough, we're going to pump the fucking oil out of there without having to worry about Iran even having a fucking say in it.
So, like, send guys out there.
No. Keep doing your fucking diplomacy, jerking us around. Yeah, I'm paying $1 extra than I should be. But if a pipeline gets built in the same time, and then they don't have that lever to drop, was it worth it? I would say yeah.
But that leverage, what do you mean?
If you don't have to put the oil through the straits that Iran is threatening, and we just pump it across land, and we're like, so sorry for your loss, you don't have a fucking clue. Because they would have to then go into somebody else's territorial land and pop off another war to fuck with the oil, right? Like they're using that as a bargaining chip.
Yeah. So you're saying that if we like decided to pump up our oil production, that we could make up for what we lost in the Strait.
I'm saying I see a better return on paying $1 for the next 6 months because we've already been paying like a couple months, paying a little bit more. If at the end of the day, for the rest of fucking history, Iran can't fucking do anything because they will blow shit up in the Strait of Hormuz because it went on so long because we built a fucking pipeline. We used technology to get around it. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I would say win without going in too. Without putting boots on the ground.
Yeah.
I would call it a win.
That's realistic.
I would call that a win. I would
but that's a realistic possibility.
Well, they're building the fucking pipeline. Like people are fucking hard-headed. I hate the fact that it has to come to the conflict with Iran for them to finally fucking be like, hey man, overtime approved, build the fucking pipeline, but we got to make some money. But that's kind of how mass groups of humanity work. But at the end of the day, if we don't put troops on the ground and we get to a point where Iran can't use that as a bargaining chip, because can we all agree like Iran's a piece of shit, right? And at the same time, we're putting the fucking clinch on China. They're not our friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we're making enemies all over the place.
Well, dude, we're not making enemies. China's an enemy. Just because we buy shit on Amazon that's made in China doesn't make them our friend. They wouldn't give in 2 fucks. Why the fuck should we give 2 fucks? That's the problem with looking at the world through a Western lens. You act like they give a fuck. You've already lost the argument here on that. China doesn't give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
China has just found a way for a singular dictator to stay in communism power and pay for it by working their people to death. And we're willing to buy the cheap shit because it's cheap for us. That's not altruistic. You know what I mean?
I don't even know what that word is.
Fuck, look it up. I've had too many drinks. You know? I have a hard time being like, oh, Israel's such a bad guy because they did all this shit. Well, they got fucked with and they fucked around and found out.
Well,
no. Hold on. In China, we do a story about them putting Uyghurs on a train and going to a work camp. Hey, that sounds really fucking familiar to me. You know? Like, but no, we don't do anything about it. Like geopolitically, we don't put sanctions on China. You know, like it's like human rights when it's convenient or it doesn't fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. When it's convenient for us, yeah.
So I have a real problem trying to navigate.
So it's easy for us to do stuff that's convenient for us that is in our interests. Like that's a very easy thing for the U.S.
Nature, bro.
I know, but like for the United States of America, that's an easy thing that we do on a regular basis, unless it has to do with
Everybody
Israel.
else is playing the game.
Yeah, but we do that every time unless it has to do with Israel.
That's true.
So, but that I guess that's the point, is that they are getting special treatment from us at our own detriment. And as soon as you start talking about this, immediately you
I mean,
get
we're talking
with
about it. I know,
yeah,
but like, talk. I mean, but nobody has real conversations about it.
exactly.
My point of view, Team Israel.
Mhm.
All right, like fuck those fucking faggots at the colleges flying the Palestine flag. You guys fucked around and you found out, dude. I don't feel bad for you. Actions have consequences,
Uh-huh.
right? Like we can dissect it over and over again, and we can try to put our morals on it. But look, it's the world. You know, I will not.
I mean, I don't know.
I will not. I will not condemn it, good or bad. I will just say I can understand their point of view. That's it.
But you can't understand the Palestinian point of view.
No, I can understand it. Again, actions have consequences. You said we want to have our own governance. Israel said, okay. You had elections and you elected Hamas. You elected a terrorist group. They led you into this.
Right.
Like,
But you don't think like Israel, Mossad, they have influence in those elections.
maybe. Show me. Like,
Like,
I
well,
mean,
no. I mean, like, it's very known that Benjamin Netanyahu propped up Hamas, even, uh, uh, like lobbied in Qatar to pay Hamas, and with the intent of controlling the flame. So he was fanning the flame so that they could do some dumb shit like October 7th, and they'll be able to respond to
I'm
that.
not discounting any of that, but what I'm saying is like this is the problem.
But it's like diabolical, right?
It is, it is. But what I'm getting into is we cannot move forward because we always want to put morality on the past, right?
But it's not just morality.
No,
It's
no.
just like
What I'm
whether or
saying
not
is
it's good for us.
we spend 1% of the time talking about how we move forward and 99% talking about like, well, it's this guy's fault because he paid this guy. Like corruption happens and it shouldn't happen, but it does happen. And I like
But it's not corruption.
no, what I'm saying,
Like this is
well, okay, I get what you're saying, but like it's always trying to put the fault like
it's like some
kind of
evil, sinister shit.
kind of like at the same time, like with Iran, right? Yeah, the CIA might have inserted somebody and then went off the rails. We want to focus on that point, but we don't want to talk about any other circumstances or any other variables that led them to where they're at now, right? And we want to break it down to a singular variable, and it's not always just a singular variable,
Yeah.
right? Now, and again, hindsight's 2020. We got to see how this shit plays out.
I mean, it's been playing out for over 7 years.
It's a continuous game. It's not let's make decisions, stop. No, we make decisions, we have consequences, we adjust or we don't fucking adjust, right or wrong. People in the future, will look at history and judge us but we're living the life right now.
Uh-huh.
Like that's all I'm saying. Like it's fluid. But nobody has these conversations like it's fluid.
Yeah, but we always end up with that same, like we always agree to disagree. Like
Sometimes that's all you can get, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't the intention
that's what a
to
treaty
be able,
is, dude?
No, I know, but like whenever especially if you're talking to friends, it's like you go into these types of conversations with the intent of like, I'm really trying to hear you out so that I can understand like what that perspective is. And if I'm wrong, like I'm glad you're the one who was able to prove me wrong. Well, I'm glad a friend was able to prove me wrong.
Well, I would never, I don't want to get into, if you're my friend, I don't care how you vote. I don't care what you think about certain geopolitical situations. We have some common ground because obviously we're friends. We're friends.
Yeah.
Friends supersedes a lot of that bullshit.
Yeah.
I come from the perspective of I used to hate bullies. I've always hated bullies. So I see the Israel conflict with everybody that's attacked them throughout history. I see a bunch of bullies that are getting popped in the face. You're coming from the perspective of like,
if I see Israel as the bully,
the poor civilian guys in Palestinian, I don't I'm not that fucking naive. Nobody's that fucking pure. All right.
Well, you're saying that Palestinians are innocent,
No, I'm not saying
like
they're
Hamas
not.
is or something?
I'm saying I live in a world where I understand war is not clean, and it never comes to a definite end if you don't have the stomach for it. And that's all we're seeing right now, right? Like it's atrocities and it's this and it's that. That's because you guys got a view of it. 50 years ago, the same fucking atrocities were going on, and you threw ticker tape parades for the guys that came back. Like
Oh, where? Who?
World War II,
Oh, World War II.
World War
Yeah,
One,
yeah, yeah.
Korean War. You just didn't see it on film. It fucking happens. You hope the best you can hope is the individual soldier is not a fucking psychopath and doesn't have to do what he has and doesn't just kill him for killing him. But there are places in war where you have to do some shit that is morally objectable. But you choose your
Well,
moral.
what is morally objectionable?
Most American citizens couldn't handle if without context.
Like if a kid has a bomb and he's running towards you with the bomb, you shoot the kid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But if he's
We're
doesn't
going
have a
we're
bomb,
going the way where the majority is starting to be the people that even says, "Oh, you shouldn't let it happen."
right? But you also you should also draw the line of like if the kid didn't have a bomb and was running away and he gets shot,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
also like there should.
But what
be,
happened?
Huh?
What happened? There's two ways that road forked. Which one actually happened?
I know, but those are two very different
things.
situations,
Very
right?
different things.
Right? And we justify the first one, but then there's people that also try to justify that one.
Yeah, but the first one's justifiable. The second one's not. It says it's the individual. But because somebody wears a uniform, you can't blame the whole fucking country. Like it's dirty.
Well, country.
No, you can't. But
no,
you can't be that pure that the 19-year-old dickhead that is in a situation not created by him, by old dudes in the background, put him in this situation, and then put the fate of the world on his fucking shoulders when it comes to the morality check of shooting that kid or not. And then
you're talking. Oh, so I was confused as to who you were talking about right now. You said 19-year-old kid. You're talking about some soldier, some Israeli IDF soldier.
Yeah. I mean, everybody likes to disconnect from that. But like, dude, you know what? Let me put you in a life or death situation, and I'll give you a tool. It's called a firearm for you to get out of it. Let's see what you do. Let's see if you're a uptown Twitter life. We can make that decision. Right?
Uptown?
You're uptown, let's say you're privileged American life. By the way, if you live in America, you're fucking privileged. Yeah. It doesn't matter your color. Your privileged life, I want to hear your moral argument and, but it doesn't matter in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it sucks, dude. We shouldn't kill people. I'm not all for just smoking motherfuckers. I understand it though. Well, we have a whole human history of it, dude.
So you bomb a building and buildings bomb, people died, whatever. But there's people in the rubble, right? And then there's people that come, the emergency services, they're all like in orange or whatever. They come to get the people out of the rubble, try to save whatever lives were still there. And as you're doing that, you get bombed again.
Mm-hmm.
And so do you think that's like a regular thing that happens in war?
No, but I think it's the same thing terrorists have done.
So it's a terrorist act. So Israel does do terroristic
No, it's not.
Acts.
I'm not going to, because terrorists have done it. I'm not going to say it's a terrorist act. I'm going to say it's a strategy.
So what is a terrorist then?
Trying to change power or change culture through acts of violence. But like, you can't use that metric against acts of violence that happen after the initial, when there's a conflict, because then everything's a terrorist attack. Me going into a town, them starting shooting at me, it's a terrorist attack because I went into the town. I was trying to change something. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to
right, but you were threatening the town or what?
No, I was just there, but we were invading a country. Like you have to delineate. It's situational.
Yeah.
You know, like I get it. That's not right. That's pretty fucking skeezy. Yeah, you don't want to be on the end of that.
Yeah.
But I think, and I don't want to get into the like the terrorist did it first thing, but that's a prominent terrorist. And that's the thing. Like everything else in our society nowadays is watered down, right? If the government doesn't like what you're saying, you're a terrorist. Are you the guy that flew the plane into the fucking Twin Towers? No, but like like watered down terrorist, racist, fascist. It's all watered the fuck down. We don't even know what it is anymore. It's just a derogatory term. It's just, or it's a term where it's like, hey, I'm Obama. Gee, you're a terrorist. Fuck your constitutional rights, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'll sign that bill. Let me see that bill. Let me sign that. We'll never use it. Yeah, right. You can trust any fucking politician? That'd be the first one. It's like censorship, right? They don't censor you because it's offensive or, oh, you hurt my fucking feelings. If you're getting censored, it's because you're saying something that might change somebody else's mind and they lose power.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real purpose of censorship. It's not to defend your feelings or you shouldn't have to grow up in this trauma or anything. No, you just said something that struck a fucking nerve and you might change somebody's mind. And who the fuck are you, a normal citizen, to change somebody's mind? Who are you to say a state of fact or science? Trust the science, except when it's COVID, right?
Yeah.
Everything science and COVID was counterintuitive to science up to that point, but trust the science.
Yeah.
You know, like,
6 feet apart.
Go fuck yourself. You know, like, I'm just trying to live in the real fucking world.
3 masks.
There's violence. There's stupid people. There's smart people. There's people that control everything. You know, I just got to choose. You got to choose what hill you want to die on.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Epstein was an Israeli asset?
Probably. I think Epstein was playing all the sides.
Yeah, but his allegiance was to Israel, right?
I don't think his allegiance was to Israel.
No.
Who knows?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The cameras went off. Isn't that weird? Right? We'll never find out. Right? Like, I saw some videos like somebody saw him in like some island. Yeah. They were like, this guy looks like Epstein. I mean, who knows? But why don't we know? In the age that we live in, why the fuck would we know?
Yeah.
He hung himself? No, you know, the autopsy report, this and that. Why is there so many holes in this story?
Yeah.
In the world. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even as bad as fucking Epstein, but I guarantee you the FBI could pull so much more fucking information on me if I decided to do something fucking bad.
Yeah.
But no, cameras went off. Guard for sleep, whatever the fuck. This is why they don't do anything to help their case. The power, the elites. Because luckily there's still people alive that are like, that's some bullshit, dude. Like, you know, people that live with bullshit every day. Like, come on, dude. Really?
Yeah.
I'm done. Fuck you. Here on out, whatever you say, take it with a grain of salt. But I'm going to start with the premise that it's bullshit, first of all. Right. I'll work from there. You know, I don't know, man.
Dude, that was awesome. That was so cool.
What was?
I don't know. Like we kind of had a little debate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was cool. I did a mock debate with Carlos one time where we just like as a game, yeah, we chose the side that we agree with and disagree with. And even though we let's say I have an idea that I disagree with, I have to argue for it.
Yeah,
I like that lawyer game, you know?
That's practice.
Yeah.
That's fucking debate team.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of wild. It's like you have to think fast. And I suck at thinking
Well, it doesn't
fast.
have to be fast either. That's the thing, like the destiny thing.
Yeah.
Like he tries to get you, like, and everything's a gotcha nowadays. Like, it's like, because like you're always trying to check the box, white or black. That's not how life works. It's not white or black. You know, we go into work. Okay, it's a white or black or what I should do today, but something will happen and change that white or black. You know what I mean? Like 90% of the time I can white and black what I'm supposed to do, but there is always the 10% to where it wasn't white and black and we had to fucking figure it out. It's like, I don't know. It's I don't know. I'm not really good. I don't feel the need to convince people. But I get mad when I'm like, dude, are you not seeing what happens? Why is this not convincing you? What's going on there?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, are you so hopeful or whatever the words you want to call it that like we can get to utopia? Because you're an optimist. Okay, cool. I'm a pessimist. And I got to tell you, I've been in some dangerous situations in my life, and pessimism is definitely what got me through them, not fucking optimism.
Yeah.
Optimism would have got me fucking killed.
I I think
So I trust what I know, right? Like,
mm-hmm.
is that right for you? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody's like, why did you serve? For, like you. So you don't have to experience it. Because you're way better of a human being than I am. Right? By metrics that we live in society now. Like, you can't say that. Oh, you really believe that? Or you don't care? Or what? No, I don't, dude. Like, life has worn me the fuck down.
Yeah.
But if I can see somebody that can have a more optimistic view because they didn't have to experience this shit and see that like the reality check is real,
Yeah.
cool. But I'm going to tell them, don't be surprised when it happens.
What, you think I have optimistic views?
You do.
What optimism do I think
I don't
AI
think
is gonna. I think we have a civil war in front of us, man.
I'm down, bro. Let's get it on. Fuck, dude. Fucking hard reset, dude. Fuck this.
That's what it feels like.
Because
It's
I
gonna
can tell you
be.
right, our politics right now are turn it on, turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, dude, we need to fucking pull that bitch out of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
turn it off, rip the hard drive out. Like, we need a hard reset.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen the day that there's a massacre outside of a data center because there was a group of people that went and tried to bomb the data center?
We'll see. It's all about resolve. COVID proved that like the American people don't have any resolve or conviction in their beliefs. That's what I was saying. Like, the motherfuckers will choose safety over freedom.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change how I am. I'm too far down the fuck. I'm too long in the tooth, dude. I'm one of those weirdos, dude. I grew up in Virginia. We would take field trips to like Jamestown, Washington, D.C., America, flags, monuments, the Constitution. It's a republic. They actually taught us how the government works. You don't elect a king, by the way. That's why we have the branches. Like, you hear DSA, fuck, I forget. I was watching a video, like Fox did an interview with like a DSA person, and they were like, yeah, we got to get rid of the Supreme Court.
What's DSA?
The Democratic Socialists of America.
Oh.
Right? They're like, yeah, we want to get rid of the Supreme Court. We want to get rid of the Senate. We want to get rid of ICE. And I'm like, I'm thinking about it. Like, why would you want to get rid of the Supreme Court? So there wouldn't be a check and balance to say, no, that's not legal by the books. Why would you get one of the Senate? Oh, because the Senate's based on there is no majority minority with the Senate. Every state gets 2 representatives. That was built into it, by the way. That's not by mistake. No, but they didn't say anything about the House of Representatives that's based on a census that doesn't even count just U.S. citizens. You get that many representatives. So you just want to play the game. You want to just fucking, oh, we got this many heads here. Half of them don't even belong here. But hey, that gives us 4 fucking seats in the House. Like, it's just shit like that. And like, nobody sees that as a red flag. The majority of people, like, God damn it, dude. Go, like they used to teach government in high school. It's like, you guys are getting played. We don't elect a king. We elect a president. He's in charge of the executive branch. You know what that does? It enforces the laws. I mean, it was a slippery slope the minute like it became like common practice for like, oh, executive orders. Like up until Bush and
I love that
Obama,
voice.
Bush and Obama, like it was very rare to do an executive order. It was like you did an executive order to like break a tie that you couldn't get out of. Then it was like, no, I'll make these. No, I'll make these. And then it was like, well, if you elect me, I'll get in and I'll cancel all of those and make these. And like, we're abusing the shit out of it because most Americans don't know how this works. Everybody thinks we're a democracy. No, we're a republic. We're a constitution republic.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way we keep our individualities. It's the only way you get to be a Texan or somebody gets to be an Idahoan or somebody gets to be a New Yorker.
Shout out Idaho.
So it's like, hey, man, you ain't got to destroy the system. You just got to make enough stupid people that'll actually willingly destroy it. They'll vote for their own destruction.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing now.
I mean, like,
Whatever
don't
side
know.
we choose. I mean,
I don't know what happens. I mean, either they push too much federally and we have a civil war, or we let their great ideas play out and they won't fucking play out, and the people will rise up like they've done in every socialist and communist place that's tried it. And I hate that it has to get that bad, but I mean, it seems the way that the majority of people, that's the only way they get the fucking clue. You know, it ain't perfect. It's the best we have.
it's the best we have. Yeah.
Like, prove me wrong. Like, prove me wrong. We're the only country where everybody that hates it won't leave it. Like, that's why when people are like, I hate America, fuck you. You have no conviction. Because there's people right now, as we're talking, doing some tough shit trying to get here. And your ass, all you would have to do is, your privileged American ass, all you'd have to do is fill out paperwork. That's the ones I love. They're like, I'm leaving if Trump gets elected. Oh my God, the bureaucracy and the paperwork, and they won't let me in. Oh, really? So we're not the only country that like wants to respect our borders? You know, you want to go somewhere? It's like delusional. Because they didn't realize it until they actually filled out the paperwork, and they're like, hey, nah, bro, your arts degree is fucking useless. We don't want you. You know? It's like, I'm sorry you had to go down that road all the way, but we fucking told you. We're not the only country that checks IDs when voting. And like, when you come in, you know, we kind of want to know who you are and we want to approve it before you do it. So, I don't know, dude. But I'm ready, dude. I'm ready to get it on. I hope it happens while I'm still young.
You watched Civil War already? Yeah, I need to rewatch it. It's been a while.
I hate how they didn't want to. I hate how like explain how they were where they were at. Explain how how this was a faction, this was a faction, this was a faction. Explain how like we still had news, people rolling around between the factions in the Civil War. Like, it just jumped into that. It was all right. I'm not gonna say it was a good movie because it wasn't. It's all right. Like, you know, and like I feel like again, like that one had like, it had to push some messages. Like the dude where he's like, what kind of American are you? Like, really? You had to bring that in there, huh? Like, the movie wouldn't have been made without that, right? You could have just, like, some country boy could have just been an asshole and be like, you're from the North, you know? Like,
right, but it is a civil war, right?
It is
like, it would be a rational question during a civil war.
It would it be? It is if I know why the Civil War started.
Right. So like he has a perspective of like, oh, I'm American.
He's using the situation to be a fucking uber racist. But why did that whole war happen? You don't know. What started the Civil War? Right? You know, like,
no. My point is that was probably the best scene in the movie.
It was, because it was the most shock and awe one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you got fucking guys in a fucking, what's the other scene? Snipers in a fucking dollhouse shooting at another house.
Oh, that one's pretty cool too.
Yeah, but that's only because the reporter could have got killed.
Yeah.
Well, you know, but like the firefight with the guys that were wearing fucking you know, vest and shit, but they had Hawaiian shirts on. Why?
Oh.
Who's the Hawaiian faction? Right? Like, explain some shit to me. Like,
yeah.
Let me get invested.
No, but that was the point of the movie, is that there wasn't supposed to be sides. They didn't want to show you sides. It's like they wanted to show you differences between groups.
Don't show me. I understand that.
Yeah.
Show me why it happened. Show me why.
Yeah, but that's the story. You want a story. Civil War was like a POV of like the reality that was going on. It's
Lame.
like you're not getting any news coverage.
Lame.
Maybe you could do a Civil War too.
If they would have made the movies in the 90s, they would have told you why it started and why it ends with them going after the president. Why killing the president is a step towards ending it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we add that in there? Like, you know, instead of just going into pure chaos.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, you want to make a Civil War movie when the country's divisive as fuck right now and you don't want to hurt any feelings? Hey, make a real piece of art, motherfucker. Like, what movie, you know, like, they don't make art anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Uh-oh.
Shit.
Oh, good job, dude. That's going to be in the audio, by the way.
No, the audio gets edited.
I heard that. by the way.
What?
I heard the mic get hit.
I know, but when you listen to the podcast later, you're not going to hear it.
I don't need to listen to podcasts. I was here, buddy.
Huh?
I was here.
No, I know, but like to the people that are listening, that what just happened, they're not going to hear that at all. At all.
It's because you got young Jamie.
Young Jamie, yeah. Young Jamie AI.
You need a young Jamie.
I'm trying to look at this other movie that that director made.
That would sell.
What? A Civil War with an actual narrative?
No. An app named Young Jamie. An AI named Young Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
That's like marketing through the roof right there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Claude. Fuck you, Grok. Fuck you, Cursor. I'm fucking doing Young Jamie. Especially if it was audio, right? You can be like, hey, Young Jamie, what is the square root of fucking 85, you know?
Yeah. What was I looking for? Dude, I think I'm so high I forgot what I was looking for.
Yeah. You were hitting your fucking pen as much as I'm hitting the nicotine, man. I think you were like going toke for toke, and that ends differently.
Oh, yeah.
When one's weed and one's just nicotine.
Yeah, dude, it's terrible. Anything you that we didn't talk about that we should talk about?
Find your teammate. Find your life teammate. That's all I can say. It's my advice. I hope to God I'm with her another 20 years. So when they're like, how did you make it 40 years? Find your teammate. Find your ride or die. Which I feel is going to be very hard for dating nowadays. I would fucking hate to have to date nowadays.
Yeah, y'all are fucked.
Yeah.
Good luck. We'll see you later.
Your expectations too high. Yep.